Hi everyone, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for the subscriptions. They do mean the world to me. They do help to support the channel. This is the daily forecast. It is for all signs, so I do speak in broad terms. You need to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. It is originally created for Thursday, August 10th. But it's not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date that it makes sense to your situation, by all means utilize it when you see it rather than when it was originally created for. I believe that readings can find us when we need them rather than when they were originally created for. If this doesn't make sense to your situation, that's okay. I didn't like that cut. If it doesn't make sense to your situation, that's okay. It just doesn't mean that nothing's broken or wrong. It just may not be your reading today. I will be referring back to the Sunday underpinning reading, which populates in the lower left-hand corner. So if you hear me talking about cards that you don't see in this reading, I'm referring back to that. And like I said, it populates in the lower left-hand corner at the end of this reading. You can check that out. For those of you that are new, please check out my drop-down menu underneath any of my daily videos. In there's just some general housekeeping rules, things I want you to think about when utilizing the channel, what decks I'm using during the reading, how to follow me on social media, either at Instagram or my Facebook business page. If you want a private reading, you would need to message me at either of those two places. Please know that I will not instigate a sale of a private reading to you. So if anybody approached you trying to sell you a reading, saying that it's not me. Simple ways to support the channel. Please watch the video in its entirety. It helps my watch hours. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed the reading. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the notification bell. I do put up daily content. Share the video out and leave me a question or comment. I do appreciate all of those things. So let's see what the cards want us to know today. There's been a lot of really cool stuff with this Lionsgate energy going on. And the Lionsgate energy is supposed to be, it peaks on 8/8 obviously, but it goes through till around the 12th. They say that it starts from the planetary alignments from around July 28th through August 12th. So we're still in that energy, even though we've hit the peak. So let's see what these cards want us to know. So our card for the day is the Page of Pentacles. Not mad at him. Part of the reason why is I'm thinking of yesterday's Ace of Cups. That Ace of Cups, which would be a renewal of emotions or how we feel, this Page of Pentacles is about, okay, now we know how we feel, now how do we put practical application to work to start to build something new? We've seen a lot of pages this week too. We saw the Page of Cups the day prior and the Page of Swords in that reading. So there is this sort of, I think, with all of this page energy, new messages, new ideas, new learning, new opportunities for us to shift and change in different ways. The Page of Pentacles is going to be about new business endeavors or building new relationships or reapproaching old situations in new ways and how to build them in ways that are grounded, practical, that make sense, that bring in maybe more wealth or abundance or happiness. And I think that some of that is indicative of that Ace of Cups that we saw, 2 days in a row, is that our feelings may be changing around a situation, or we might be having a renewed outlook. And from that renewed outlook, we now see this Page of Pentacles here ready to learn how to build something new, fruitful, exciting, right? And looking to the future, where we plant our pentacles, where we put our time, our effort, our energy, our attention, our money even. We're doing so from a place of learning, but we're also doing so from a place of, creating this sounds weird, but creating like a payback of some sort or a harvest in a way, right? And the page is learning that, open to learning that, open to new ideas, open to new beginnings within, say relationships or business situations. And how do we make these things fruitful for us? It may be something different than we've ever done before, but it is an opportunity to learn and to create what it is we want with optimism, with excitement, with exuberance. Pages to me oftentimes feel that way, right? They feel like they're open to ideas and learning and growing in the moment. And I think that with the Ace of Cups that we saw, we're ready to grow. The underpinning card from Sunday is the Emperor, which is Aries energy. That's going to be very direct and very demanding is a good word, but I don't feel like it's demanding. It's just like us making the right decisions or taking the right actions that suit us first and foremost. This page is going to take the physical action to begin the new steps to set forth whatever that Aries energy or that Emperor energy wants during this Lionsgate, right? Whatever it desires, whatever jobs need to be fulfilled. The page will show up and do his best and be optimistic about ideas of how to create it, if that makes sense. So I think that this is a really nice energy to have with everything that is going on with the Lionsgate, because they talk about how the Lionsgate is about setting up for maybe even the rest of our next year to come. You know, the beginnings of the manifestations of the plans we want to put forth to create whatever it is that we want to create next. And this page is definitely about the beginning stages of that and putting that forth. Let's look at the Moon manifestation card. It is first quarter Moon in Cancer. Push through any insecurity. If we are feeling insecure because of this page energy, maybe we're feeling insecure because of the Aries determination that underpins this with the Emperor, don't, push through. And again, it's Cancerian energy. It's first quarter Moon in Cancer. It's about trusting that spiritual renewal we saw in the Ace of Cups. It's about trusting in temperance. Remember, the end of this week, guys, is the Queen of Cups. So she is, pushing through any insecurity. The Queen of Cups will have done that, and I associate her a lot with the sign of Cancer. She's going to be about trusting her intuition and her emotions. So right now, if we're in a shift where we have that push and that desire to make change or take action and move forward, and we may not know exactly how to do it or exactly how successful it is or how it's going to roll out because of this page energy, pushing through that insecurity of the unknown and continuing forward is going to be key. The Emperor is going to make us push through, is my feeling. He's not going to let us be scared and sit in a corner. And the page is willing to take, in my opinion, take risks or learn new things. And I definitely feel like this new first quarter Moon in Cancer is connected to that Queen of Cups end of the week card, meaning, in other words, once we finish pushing through any insecurity we have around the changes or shifts that are taking place, we will settle into those in a very nice, emotionally balanced, intuitively aware and trusting way. Let's go to the clarifiers. We have the Four of Cups. We saw the 2 4s yesterday. And I didn't mention this in the reading yesterday, but those 4s can also be just about being foundationally stable, right? The Four of Cups can be us looking at things where our cups or our emotions were wrapped up, but they weren't necessarily giving us what we want. And now we're unsure we want to take the Ace of Cups that's being offered to us. Take it! Take it! He could be a little bit of meditating, pondering today, kind of thinking, does this feel right? This could be some of the insecurity we need to push through. Don't let past experiences temper our new experiences or our ability to create new experiences for fear that we'll repeat patterns. That doesn't have to be the case. The next card is the King of Cups. See, this is all of this Cups energy. This is leading us into this Queen of Cups, which is this trust of one's emotions, what we need emotionally, and how we feel intuitionally around a situation. The King of Cups masters his emotions, so sometimes he can be guarded with them, right? So whatever we're pondering with this Four of Cups, we're kind of manning up and going like, okay, this is how I feel, this is the way I need to go. He's looking to the future. Now these are the practical action steps I need to take in the 3D to create what it is that I want. The king will be strong and authoritative, right? And he will see his way through. He will hold on to what he knows to be true emotionally. He may not necessarily reveal it to everyone, but what matters is that we know what it is for ourselves, right? And if there is insecurity around it, nurture yourself through it with this Cancerian energy to get us to that Queen of Cups, where to me, she's the most emotionally sort of connected and intuitionally charged of the Cups cards, right? So I feel like this king although guarded, right, and empowered, because he's also powered by that Emperor energy, is going to lead us to the softness of that Queen that we see underpinning in the next few days. It'll be interesting to see how the cards play out. The last card is the Five of Cups. Lots of Cups energy here today. So it's about moving away from, in my opinion, stuff that has not worked for us, and being aware of that, honoring the feelings and letting go. You know, not necessarily, the Four of Cups can be about not taking more of the same situation that brought us maybe heartache, letdown, or sadness through this Five of Cups, right? The King of Cups is going to be, you know, very discerning about what he lets in today. Doesn't mean he's not necessarily going to process this stuff. I think that there's a lot of emotional processing happening here. But with that Ace of Cups that we saw twice, that emotional renewal that's coming to us, requires us to be able to accept the new emotional perspective, feeling, guidance. We have to maybe get over the old or conquer the old. And I think with the Emperor and the King of Cups here, we're in the process of doing that. It's exactly what this card says, is push through any insecurity. If we're feeling insecure about a situation, person, idea, whatever it may be, and emotionally it makes us nervous or it brings up old emotions around other experiences that weren't pleasant, feel those emotions, but don't just stop there. Step up into your power, and then step up into some optimism of new paths, choices, steps, actions that we can take to start to push us through that insecurity, through this Lionsgate portal, into that sort of gift from Spirit, which was the Ace of Cups yesterday. The Emperor will not let us fail. The Emperor will also not take anything that doesn't meet his expectations. So if there's situations around us, like i.e. this Four of Cups, Five of Cups, the Five of Cups to me feels more in the past. The Four of Cups to me feels more in the present. But if there are situations that we're fearful of them repeating, or us, you know, staying stuck within them, I think the King of Cups and the Emperor tells us we're not allowed to. We need to like grow up out of this, step away from it, empower ourselves, and then begin to sow new seeds with the Page of Pentacles towards things that do feel more in alignment with how we feel emotionally. Let's go. And remember, the grounding stone for this week is honor. So honoring our emotions is key. Let's go to the grounding stone for today. I love it. So we saw this word yesterday. It was energy, checking our energy. Are we positive? Are we negative? Are we in lack? Are we in abundance? Where's our energy at? Are we good to ourselves, or are we being hard on ourselves, right? This energy is on malachite, which is the associated with the fourth chakra, which is the heart. There's a sense of compassion with this stone, where yesterday was on obsidian, which was like, let's get serious about our energy. Let's really ground our energy and look at where we're at. Here we are looking at where we're at, how we're feeling about maybe something that's being offered to us. Is it good enough? Does it fit the bill? It may not. And looking at the past and where we've maybe been saddened, hurt, or harmed, this malachite stone says find compassion around those situations and kind of move on. Fives are transitory, right? Push through the insecurity. Understand that your energy and your compassion, right, because this is on malachite, is strong enough, is wise enough, is capable enough to create new avenues and opportunities for yourself. The King of Cups, he's not going to be the most like lovey-dovey guy, but he does have compassion, but he can also put himself first in a way that is compassionate towards others, even if he's not giving to situations that no longer serve him. I hope that makes sense, you guys. That's your reading. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow to see how this all changes. Take care and have a great day.